All right, now listen, the bicentennial babies are hitting a major milestone in this 2026, okay? We are turning 50, y'all, and I have to say that I feel some kind of way about it. So greetings, good people. Welcome to my channel. I'm Sean, a Gen Xer, almost empty nester, here to speak to you about all the things midlife and in the season of pivot and how we're reclaiming our joy and alignment in this midlife season. Okay, so that is what this channel is about. So if that seems like something you're interested in, make sure you do all the things: like, comment, subscribe. Y'all know what we need to do to push this type of information into the algorithm, right? But let's get back on topic, baby. Okay, as I'm out here getting my walk in, and I'll tell you why later on. Y'all already know why. I'm gonna tell you why later on. So if it sounds like I'm huffing and puffing, it's because I am. Okay, and sometimes it's hard before it's easy. Okay, but I am on this road to 50, right? It's just, like I said, this is a milestone. It's huge, and I just feel like I've just been in this place of pivot. And anytime I feel like there's like a major milestone coming up, my spirit just starts to crave something more. And with this 50 approaching, baby, it's been beating me down, right? My spirit has been talking to me, so it ain't even a whisper, y'all. It's been shouting that we got to get some stuff together, okay? So I want to talk to you about some of the things that I am planning to do this 2026 for my road to 50. And I want y'all to chime in and let me know what some of the stuff you plan on doing, especially if you are also a bicentennial baby. Baby, how we bringing in this milestone? And if you are not, I'm trying to do that because y'all don't need to see them streets. I don't need nobody finding me right now. But, and if you're not, you know, you got a major milestone up. What's something that your spirit is shaking you up and making you do, right? So let me tell y'all a few things about this road to 50 that I am planning on doing, okay? So, you see, I'm walking. Yes. Why? Many reasons why. Your girl got to get in shape. Okay? Your girl got to get in shape. Went to a doctor last month. I'll tell y'all about this. Went to the doctor last month. And I wanted to go because, hey, we trying to take full advantage of all them health benefits before the end of the year. Okay? Like, you're not about to catch me not using some of these benefits. So I went. Knew I had been experiencing like some, aches and pains, stuff like that. Hey, I'm of this certain age where we ask each other, what's hurting today? Okay? Because something hurt. Okay, so I'm going in to get my annual, and the doctor started talking to me, of course, about my weight. I already know I got tons of weight to lose. Y'all, I have a minimum of 70 pounds to lose. That's right. Your girl is 5'1" when she rounds up. Okay, and I got about 70 plus pounds that I need to get off this frame. Okay, that I knew. So she started talking about. I was like, girl, I know I'm working on. Girl, start walking. Right? Starting to do some intermittent fasting. We make some changes. We gotta make some changes. I even lost me a little weight last year, okay? And still got 70 plus pounds to lose. Let's keep going. So did that. And then she started moving on to this cholesterol talk. Let me be for real with y'all. Be completely transparent. For the past few years, when I've been going to these doctor's appointments, the doctors have been talking to me about my cholesterol. But what they've been saying is like, your numbers are borderline. And you're going to have to start making some changes so this won't become a problem, right? But you're hearing borderline, that means you're still good. You just got to watch it. So I was like, okay, got it. And it's like, we can put you on some medicine. I don't know about y'all, but sometimes anytime people start talking about medicine, to me, and it, especially if I've seen some stuff with like 100 different side effects listed, I kind of, right? I kind of tense up. True story. So when they started talking about this cargo medicine, I was like, yeah, let me try some stuff on my own before y'all try to put me on all these things, right? So like, okay, so because plus I'm also, remember, I'm hearing borderline. So I'm not hearing that this is something that's of urgency right now. I'm putting it in a watch it category. Everybody coming outside today. Okay. But that's what I'm doing. I'm putting it in a you need to watch this category. So when I go to the doctor this time, and she talked about my cholesterol. I already got my whole little spiel prepared, because remember, they've been telling me for a few years about how I'm borderline. So she started talking. I said, I know. That's what I'm trying to lose some more weight. I'm doing a better job of watching what I'm eating and all this. I said, because I know my cholesterol is borderline. She looked at me like, who said that? I said, when I came for my check. She said, let me see when last time you had this check. She said, okay. I said, you came in last August. She said, and what did the doctor tell you? I said, I know I'm borderline, y'all. She looked at me like, nah, sis. She's like, let me go ahead and say this like this. She said, I'm sure that doctor did not tell you that you were borderline. I'm looking at these numbers. She said, I'm gonna say this because I need you to hear it. Either you gonna make some serious changes right now, or you gonna need to get on this medication. She said, I'm hearing you, so it looks like you're not really interested in medication. She said, you're gonna have to make some serious lifestyle changes. Or basically, girl, it's like, or you about to be in a predicament. She's like, you are not borderline. Your numbers are off the charts. Y'all, have you seen me in that office? Girl almost had me crying, but I had to stay. Look, I had to stay up. I had to keep my chin up. She almost had me there crying. She was like, you have been in denial, basically, is what she said. Okay? You've been in denial, baby. These numbers are not borderline. These numbers are high as hell. I heard her. And I realized that, sometimes sometimes we don't want to accept the truth. So we, kind of fudge the story to make it seem like it's not as bad as it actually is. Y'all, I have been lying to myself. That doctor probably did tell me that those numbers were high. But because for years I have been hearing borderline and I didn't want to hear any talk about medicine, I was like, yeah. I tuned her out. I was not receptive to that information that lady was telling me. And when I tell y'all that my body has gone through so many changes this last year, 2025 was probably one of the physically hardest years that I've gone through in my life, with just so many different things in my body that was aching and different changes of heaviness. Because you got to know that when your cholesterol starts getting out of whack, that affects, of course, your heart, right? That's your circulatory system. How oxygen is being delivered to different parts of your body. That's how I've had way more headaches. And look, some numbness and things that I'm like, I can't be playing around with. I cannot be playing around with. So along with this 70 plus pounds that I need to lose, I got to drop this cholesterol by 70 plus points. Okay, so we got 70 and 70, mission 77. I need to make that part of this video series. We got to lose at least 70 pounds, and we got to get this cholesterol down by at least 70 points. Okay, so that's part of the road to 50, because if I want to be on the road to 60 later on, I got to do something about this now. Okay, so yeah, y'all shook me up, baby. Because she had my forehead like that in that room, she would have, because she was like, I need you to wake up now, because you playing. And I was. Okay, so that's part of it. Now let's move from this gloom and doom so we can talk about some exciting stuff. But listen, you see, I'm out here making this video and walking. Yes, I am. And I know y'all probably hearing a little clickety-clack in the background, because I don't know what that was when I was testing this out. But guess what? That's just what y'all gonna hear right now, because ain't nobody be doing all this extra editing. Y'all will get this realness right now, because if I don't do it like this, it's not getting done. Which leads us to number 2. Second thing, I'm gonna give y'all probably about 6, because I don't want to keep you here for an hour. Y'all got other stuff to do. So here we go. Road to 50. Woo! We get walking. Okay. Number 2. I've been hiding. God told me a long time ago that he needs me to be more visible, right? He's like, I need you in front of the people. I need you to do ABC. I've been playing. And usually I'm quite obedient. I'll tell y'all this. I'm usually very obedient. I've taken many risks in life before, right? Started businesses, left jobs and started businesses, all the things. Some went well, some was complete flop in many ways, but I learned so much in others, right? But I've been hearing them. But because, you know, as you get older and you start having more responsibilities, these risks aren't as easy to take. It's when you don't have things associated or attached to you, right? Like when you don't have mortgages and car payments and responsibilities known as children. It's easy to just jump from place to place and job to job and situation, adventure to adventure, right? But when you got all that stuff on your plate, baby, you start calculating what you can lose from taking that risk. Like, hold on now. And I know we talk about faith and you having to have faith, and I have faith, baby. I got way more faith than mustard seed. Please know that. Like I said, I have done some things and it was just me and God. But this time I was a little slow to move. And because of that, I've been minimizing the gifts that I know that God gave me. And it's been affecting my spirit completely. Self-esteem. I ain't never had a confidence issue. Had one. I've had one. Because I was playing myself small. And it was a box that was never created for me. And that's why I was so uncomfortable. So something else in this road to 50 is that I'm stepping out of the shadows. I'm putting myself out there. Listen, my God cornered me in a hotel room in Florida and told me I need to get on YouTube. Baby, I've been running from YouTube. I've been running. He's like, nope. I need you to get out there. And don't worry about making it perfect. Because you know I know how you like to do that. Get out there and go talk to the people and tell them what's going on. And I made a couple videos, didn't like them, delete them. Made a couple more, didn't like them, delete them. I'm like, nope. Now you're stalling. And you're using perfection as an excuse to not do everything that I've charged you with to do. Get out there. Stop playing with me. And do this stuff. So y'all, I'm here with my phone, my selfie stick, walking and talking and telling y'all how we're doing this road to 50, right? How we are approaching this milestone, okay? God said, stop playing with me in this assignment I've given you. So it's my responsibility to come out here to talk to us middle-agers, us midlifers, about this season that we're in of change. Baby, this is a second puberty, okay? That's what they call this time in our lives. The second puberty, okay? We got hormones going every which way. We got things that used to fill us that now don't. And we wonder why we feeling empty in certain spaces. We got stuff to talk about. We got connections to make. We got realignment to do. We got new joy to find. And I know that. I'm on this journey. Many of y'all are on this journey. We about to be on this thing together. And he told me to come out here and say just that. So here I am. Here's us in this time and space. So that's number 2. So I'm building this brand, this Sean Jones brand. Not the family engagement I used to do. I'm past that season. Got some good stuff there. Learn lots of lessons. It's like, no, I need you to talk to the middle agers and what y'all are going through now. Because this looks new. And for some of us, it looks scary. We ain't lost. We ain't starting off from scratch. Baby, we seasoned. We got wisdom, okay? Ain't nobody trying to go back to 7 pounds, 8 ounces anyway. We starting from where we are, okay? That's what he told me. So we're going to do something big. Oh my God, I'm excited about that. I am now, especially since I know I don't have a choice. When God gives you something, he put on your plate, and it's as loud as we know he can be, you don't have a choice. Because he going to keep coming up and saying, you ready? Okay, go ahead, do it your way. Nothing happens. You ready now? And that's what's going on. So I can't. With this milestone, I got to do it. We're going all out. We got to lose. So I think that for me, 2026, my word for this year is audacity. Baby, I'm about to have audacity tattooed on my arm or something, because that's what I'm going into this year with. The audacity to do everything that I've ever thought that I was placed on this earth to do. So that's moving on to number 3. So since I'm working on this brand now, y'all gonna see more of me. Like I said, go ahead and follow the channel now, because we got some work to do. That visibleness means that I got to get out here and I got to create. So I'm looking at what are some things that I just really enjoy doing lately, right? Or I've been watching other people do. It's like, oh, that looks like that would be fun. You know, I think I want to do that. And I'm looking at some of those things. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do some of these things. Why not? Okay? And I'll tell you one that it ain't huge, but I just think it's going to be so fun. And I'm interested in, I'm going to host different events really around the country this year. True story, right? Different events around the country. I remember my days when I was doing my book tour, like for my very first book, had a multi-state, multi-city book tour. Well, I had a ball. I had an absolute ball. So I'm not doing something on that level, but I am going to do like some pop-up style events throughout the year where I can invite y'all and, you know, other people I know and people I don't, just to join me, right? With some of these different experiences that I'm going to be taking on this year. So something I've been seeing all online, and y'all, I'm good. So if I sound like I'm good, that's just how I sound. But your girl not tired. Shoot, I'm just huffing and puffing. 370 plus pounds I gotta lose. That might have something to do with it. Okay. But anyway, so this type of event I'm going to do is called y'all may have heard it. It's called a silent book meeting. Y'all heard of it? Let me know in the comments if you've ever heard of like the silent book club. I'm going like this. Y'all don't need to see that street. They have like this organization that hosts silent book meetings all over the country. But I've never seen anyone host one of those here in my area. So it's like always in a major city, right? When they're hosting them. And I live in like a small to mid-size city. So I'm like, you know, we want some of that flair too. So I told myself, I'm gonna host one. I am going to host a silent book meeting. I want to do it as part of the organization because I ain't trying to start or run a whole club. I got no time for that. But I do want to organize the event. So it's basically like a coffee shop takeover, right? You pick a location, usually it's a coffee shop. You create the event. You invite people to bring their book of choice and to join you at this event. And then y'all all meet there. You set up a schedule, you know, real cute stuff. So you have your time to read. Everybody come in there, be quiet, you know, for however long, let's say 30 minutes. Then after that, you network. You know, we patronize the business that we took over, literally, for the event. And then you mix and mingle and chat it up. And it's just like a safe space for like minds, right? Something low key and fun. But y'all, when I tell y'all I've seen pictures and videos of these events, baby, they are sold out. You talk about sometimes like 100 people, a bunch of book nerds and stuff like me. 100 people just crowding into these coffee shops and stuff. All kind of diversity. Baby, they're just in there enjoying themselves. And I was like, how cool, okay? The little girl that has always loved to read and still finds the bookstores and libraries to be one of her favorite, safest places. Just type of event makes my heart sing. So I'm having one, and I told myself, we ain't about to overplan this thing. So I'm having one in March, you know, in my town where I live. So I'll put that together. I won't even start promoting it until February. But yeah, so I'm putting that together. And I'm going to do more things like that. Should I want to do goat yoga, you know? I'm going to do a goat yoga pop-up event. So you want to come and join me for goat yoga? You know, some other stuff that, just some whatever my spirit, you know, I got my list of things that I want to do this year. Some of them is just going to be pop-up events, and we'll make a big deal out of it and invite some people to come and join me as I'm on this road to 50. We're going to have some fun, y'all. So yes, that's part of it too. I'm not going to tell y'all everything because, baby, this will be a 2-hour video. Y'all don't have time for that. So yes, that. So listen, the health journey. I got this before and after pictures so y'all can see the transformation, this glow up. Okay, these the brand. That was 2. These different type of events that I'm going to engage in, like some stuff that's essentially been on like my bucket list. Things I want to try, you know, and like I said, host, just getting out there and doing the things. And as far as the spiritual connection, I feel like, and this will be 4, and I'll end it here as far as 4 things, and then I'll wrap it up. We'll wrap it up. But I've been feeling like so many other people in this space right now, a disconnect with, people. People are craving interactions with each other, right? We got all this social media, and it's wonderful, especially if you know you like me, baby. We love some social media because you get to peek in everybody's business. But we're seeing now that we want some live engagement activities, right? We want some deeper connections. They said that the amount of people reporting being lonely in this era is higher than it's ever been, right? And we have more ways to stay connected to each other, but yet more people are lonely than they've ever been in life, okay? In life. So I am being absolutely intentional about how I am connecting with the people that I tell myself that I love. I'm talking family, friends, all of that. I'm making time, not just for the job, not just for the brand, but for those who I continuously tell myself mean something to me. They gonna really know this year that that's just not me talking, because I'm going to show up for them too. So these are just some of the things, y'all. Like I said, this realignment, I'm pivoting career-wise and stuff there too, baby. That's a whole nother conversation. But when I tell you the intentionality that I'm feeling this year, I don't have no more time to waste. They talk about midlife, and they're talking about this time in our age is midlife. And I say, yeah, that's cute. They talk about the 35 to 65, something like that. I'm like, that's cute, but I'm about to be 50. How many people 100? How many people 120? 100? Baby, 65 ain't midlife. Hell, 50 ain't midlife. The life expectancy for women is what? Like, what is it? Like 81? Something like that? 82? Baby, 50 ain't half of that. That means I'm on the other side of that arc. Okay? So we're past just being out here lollygagging. No. The living that we're trying to do right now needs to make our heart sing. We ain't just going up in people's jobs. To just do what? I don't have time to be trying to climb all your ladders and do all the impressing. And please know, if you are a hustle mode person, you're going to hate me. This is not the channel for you. I believe in working smarter, not harder. And I'm really moving from that over-delivering season, over-performing season, to a place of calm and peace. Like I said, I want to be impactful. I want to be effective. I'm done with being performative. So if you at that, we sleep when we die, you kind of on that, you going to hate me. Because, baby, I'm flipping my pillow over to the cool side and fluffing it. We going to get us some rest. I'm not burning from both ends anymore. I've been burnt out before. We're not doing that anymore. Okay? We doing the opposite of that. This alignment is not going to consist of me working myself into death on trying to hustle for all the things. I want joy in this season. I want some real fulfillment in this season. My priorities have shifted in this season. You understand? And that's what we're about on this channel. All of us identify how our priorities have shifted in this season of midlifeness that we're in, and how we make the best of these days. Because we got some more life to live. Baby, I turned 50 this year. Hey. And we're about to have some fun. So if anything that I've said right now resonates with you, I want you to make sure that you are connected with me. And if you are also, like I said, if this is the milestone year for you, you turning 40, you turning 50, you turning 60, drop in the comments some of the plans you have, baby, because we are doing it up, because we got this one shot at life, and we're going to make sure that it means something. Woo, I got a lot more walking to do, but I'm done talking. My name is Sean. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my road to 50. So much more coming, and I'll see you soon. Bye.